Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more vocabulary class. Vocabulary, no, the teacher is super crazy. Welcome to one more grammar class. Today's grammar, right? And the topic is about irregular verbs. Before we start, I'm gonna wait some minutes so people can come. I'm a little bit late today. I'm sorry. We are going to see regular verbs, but I would like to know if you did the homework that I gave to you last week, right? I asked you to do the exercises and write your own sentences talking about yourself and write your sentences in the comments of the post on Instagram. Okay, I would like to know if you did. Tell me in the comments, okay? Today, I'm gonna ask you to do the same and to try to do the exercises as homework. Okay? Um, you don't need to post anything, but I separated many exercises, and we probably won't have time to do all of them. Okay? So you can do it as a homework. Okay? Let me add the file here to share my screen with you. I'm gonna say to everyone that is on Instagram, please come to YouTube, right? There you can see the slides and you will, let me just, you will be able to see the slides and the exercises, which is really important, okay? Let me know if you can hear me well. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me well, okay? Okay. So I decided to give this grammar class today because this is a hot topic. Many people they mix the verbs, right? Especially the irregular verbs. They don't know how to use them in the past. So what happens is that sometimes when you are speaking, when you are writing, you use all the verbs in the present, even when you want to talk about something that happened in the past. Okay. And I decided to separate some of the most common irregular verbs, um, so you will be able to practice a little bit. Okay. And I noticed some common mistakes that my students make. That's why I decided to give this class today. Okay. So first things first, this is a class. I will ask you to turn off your notifications and be ready to take notes. Okay. At the end of the class, there will be homework, as I have already told you. Okay. Great. Nice. So this class is divided in two parts. The first one is I'm going to give you a list of the most common irregular verbs in English, and I'm going to check how much you know about these verbs. Okay. And the second exercise, we are going to focus on the past simple. Okay. If I ask you, what is the auxiliary verb of the past simple? What do you say to me? Let me take my pen. The auxiliary verb of the past simple is the word did. Okay. The past simple is a verb tense that we use to talk about things that happened in the past, and usually I say when something happened. Okay. So you are going to say, I traveled to São Paulo last week. When you say exactly when something happened, you use the past simple. Okay, this is what we're going to focus today. So it will be a way for you to practice the irregular verbs. Okay, so here I have a list. I decided to put the list here, and you are going to complete with me. This first column on the left is the infinitive. In the middle, I have the past simple. And then I have the past participle. The focus today will be in the past simple. Something that sometimes happens with my students is that they don't know what is the infinitive. Okay, so when I say that a verb is in the infinitive, it means it is not conjugated. Okay, when I say that a verb is in the infinitive, the verb is not conjugated. Okay, that's the idea here. In the past simple is the second column. I have some students, they say, teacher, the verb is in the first column, the second, or the third. Okay, so this is what they do. They don't say the names, the infinitive, the past simple, the past participle, right? It's okay. The important thing is for you to know how to use these verbs, right? So the first one here, let's see, the verb to be in the infinitive. What is the past simple of the verb to be? Okay. For example, when you say when you were born, you say I was born in, and then you say the year or the city. I was born in Brazil. Okay, the country in this case. I am using the verb to be in the past, right? So I'm gonna use here was and were. Remember was, I use was, I'm gonna put a comment here at the top. I use for I, he, she, it. Were, I use for the other pronouns, right? I use we, you, they. Okay. Become, became, become, right? I put I posted a quiz these days on Instagram, and the idea is that you should complete with the verb become, became, or becomes, I think it was. Okay, so here you need to be careful because became is the past, it's not the infinitive, right? So let's write a sentence using the verb became. Okay, and here we're going to think like this. For example, the exercise was like this on Instagram. When did you become a Canadian citizen? When did you become a Canadian citizen? So here I used did you become. This is a question, right? When I use the question, I use the auxiliary verb. Okay? But when I say the negative, so you are going to complete now. I didn't a Canadian citizen. What is the verb that you put here? I didn't a Canadian. Do you put become, became, or become? The first, the second, or the third column? Okay. Remember that here, what you're going to do, you're going to use the verb in the infinitive. I didn't become a Canadian citizen. What happens is that many times when you write, you're going, or when you say, you tend to say something like this. You say, I didn't became. Okay? I didn't become, because in the negative and in the question, I don't use the verb conjugated. I use the infinitive with the auxiliary verb. So here, when did you become? is the infinitive. And here, I didn't become, it's also the infinitive. But teacher, okay, when do I use this past simple became? In the affirmative sentences, right? So you are going to say like this: I became an American citizen, for example. Became. In this case, in the affirmative sentence, you are going to use the second column. Okay, so I decided to put these extra sentences here just for you to understand that the second column is used in the affirmative sentences, okay? Like in this example that I gave to you now, right? Next one, bring, brought, buy, bought, choose. What is the past simple of the verb choose? I'm gonna open the comments here on Instagram if you want to put. I'm gonna close Instagram now, okay? In a minute. So if you are on Instagram, please come to YouTube, okay? The past of the verb choose is chose, right? Uh, Wait, what happened? Oh my God, I erased everything. Okay, good. So you can take a look at the recording later, right? Was, were, here. The past is chose. Okay. The past is chose, right? Come, came, come. Do, did, and done, right? Let's see next one. In the past simple, I'm gonna use drank for the verb drink. And the verb drive, I'm gonna use drove. Okay? So you are going to say, I drove fast yesterday because I was in a hurry, for example. Right? Past simple. Okay? I didn't slowly. What do you put here? Drive, drove, driven. Okay? You are going to use I didn't drive. And why is that? Because we use the infinitive in the negative. Okay, I'm just repeating the example here because I erased the previous one. Okay, let's see next one. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, this is a very good one. Fall and feel. When you are doing IELTS exercises, for example, task one in the writing, okay? You need to use these verbs to fall, to talk about the numbers in the sense of a synonym of decrease, okay? And then you have to say the past. The numbers fell, okay? It means before it was 15 and now it's 10. The numbers fell, okay? But what usually happens that you can mix it with the verb feel, to have feelings, okay? Feel, felt. In the Duolingo, for example, when you have to describe an experience, tell me about a time you received a gift. And you are going to say how you felt about that. You will say, I felt happy, I felt wonderful, I felt amazing, okay? Find, found, found. Fly, flew, and flown. Okay, can you see this one here, the last one? The verb to fly is the same. The structure of the past simple and past participle is the same as the verb know, right? To know, knew, known. Be careful with the pronunciation. I'm gonna write, the verb is here. Here, no, no. What happens when you say, usually you pronounce like knew. I knew, I knew, I knew. Eu soube, I knew. No. You are going to say I knew. Okay? No, knew, none, none. Right? Very good. I'm gonna close Instagram here now. Then I have forget, forgot, forgotten, get, got or gotten. Yes, it is possible to have both verbs. Gotten is more American, so US, and got is more British. Okay, so both are possible. The past of the verb give. Give, gave, given. The verb go, went, gone. Have, had. And this I'm gonna put here, like, really important for you not to mix when you use the verb have, okay? Sometimes it is an auxiliary verb, sometimes it's a main verb, okay? Hear, heard, heard. Heard. Pay attention to the pronunciation, okay? Keep, kept, kept. No, no, none. There is one more. Let me see. Yes, here. Leave, left, left. Lend, lent, lent. Can you see here? This is the same of the verb send. I sent you an email. In the past, you're going to say sent. It will end with T. And the infinitive, it is with D. So something that is nice and that you can do in your studies, in your vocabulary, or in your grammar notebook, for example, you can take notes of the verbs that are similar. Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to take this list that I'm giving to you here today, and the file will be available in the Telegram group. If you are not in the Telegram group yet, please go there. Okay. Join the group, because in the group I send all the slides of the classes. Okay. Um, so you are going to take this list and you are going to reorganize these verbs. I didn't do it here because you have to do it, okay? This is a way for you to study. You are going to put these verbs into categories. So for example, we are going to put send together with land. The verb fly together with the verb no, because the past simple and the past participle, the structure, the form of these verbs, they are similar, right? The past is sent, sent, lent, lent. Okay. Another one, take a look here. I have the verb let, let, let. The verb let, the form is the same, right? In the three cases, you are going to put it as a group of verbs that don't change in each column. So you are going to put in your notebook let together with put. This is how you are going to organize this table so you can um, memorize and study. Okay, nice. Next one, the verb lose, the past lost. Okay, lose, lost, lost, right? Have you ever watched? There was a series, right? Lost. I have never watched. I just remember the name of the series now. Make, made, made. Meet. What is the past of meet? Right? You are doing a great job. I appreciate that. Thank you, Joel. Thanks for being here. So we're going to say meet, met, met. Pay, paid, paid. Okay? And put, right? Let's see here. This is just a review, okay? So, and we're going to practice in a minute. Something that is nice is, for example, here, the verb read. You are going to put in the same list when you organize these verbs in your own notebook. You are going to put the verb let, put, because they don't change, right? Together with this one, read, but you need to take a note of the pronunciation. The past simple of the verb read and the past participle, we say the pronunciation is red. Red, just like the color. So infinitive, read, past read, past participle read. Okay, be careful with the pronunciation. Okay, read. Run, ran, run. Say, said. Can you see that this verb say you are going to put in the same group of the verb pay because the structure is the same. Okay? See, saw, seen. Sell, sold. Send, I have already said, right? Sent, sent. Sing, sang, sung. Can you see this is in the same group of the verb run because the structure is the same in the past simple and in the past participle, right? So this is one of the homeworks for you. You are going to reorganize these verbs in groups according to the structure. Ah, teacher, but there are some groups that I don't see the similarity. Okay, so you can just put a group with other, right? Last one here. Sleep, slept, speak, spoke. Okay. Stand up, for example. We say stood. Swim, swam. Okay, similar to the same idea, right? Of the run and the other one that I forgot here now. Okay. The verb take, took, taken. Teach, that's a very good one. Taught. All of them, they are good. Okay, I'm just saying that these are the most common. Okay. Think, thought, understand, understood. When I ask you a question here, did you get? Like, did you understand? Okay, you say yes, I understood. I got it. They are synonyms, okay? The verb where. But we use this verb a lot in the Duolingo English test, right? When we are studying for the test, you have to describe images and maybe there are people wearing something, okay? But it's not so common for us to use in the test the verb in the past, wore, and the past participle, worn. The last one, write, wrote, written. So now we're going to practice. Let's take a look at here. We're going to do two exercises with these sentences. The first one, we need to complete the blank space with the correct verb in the past simple. Okay? Complete with the verb in the past simple. Next exercise, we are going to put the sentence in the negative and make a question. How is that? For example, here I have bring. Okay, I need to put this in the past, right? So I'm gonna use brought. What else am I going to do? I'm gonna write this sentence, okay, in the negative. She brought some chocolates to the party. This is an affirmative sentence, right? I'm gonna write the same sentence in the negative because I want you to practice the past simple. So you're going to say the negative. Okay, remember, like I said at the beginning of the class, the past simple, the auxiliary verb is the verb did. So you are going to say like this: she didn't bring any chocolate to the party. I teacher, but it is written some. I want to write some in the negative. In negative sentences, we don't use some, okay? We have to use any. So this is the negative sentence. The same sentence. We just need to practice the format, okay? And now we're going to make the same sentence in the question. We're going to transform the sentence into a question. We're going to do how? We're going to do like this. Did she bring? Okay. And then we're going to put any as well, because any we use any in the negatives and in the questions. Oh God, any chocolates to the party? Question. Can you see in the negative and in the question, I don't conjugate the verb. The verb is in the infinitive. It's in the first column. When I write the sentence in the affirmative, I conjugate the verb. Okay? Number 2, I'm going to give you some time for you to do so, and then you can write your answers in the chat. Okay? We are going to do this for all the exercises. The 3 steps. Complete, write a negative sentence, and write the question. I'm going to give you 1 more minute for you to do number 2 and 3. Okay? We don't have time to do all of them today, but you can do it as a homework. Okay, let's see. Number 2. He heard a new song on the radio, right? The negative, we're going to say he didn't hear a new song on the radio. And the question will be, did he hear a new song on the radio? Okay. Number 3, they read 3 books last week. The negative, they didn't read. And the interrogative, did they read? Okay. You are going to do the same with all the words that we have here. Okay. I think we have 10 exercises. Let me see if we have more. Forget. No, that's the same. Yeah. And I put more here. Yeah, so we're going to do that with all these sentences. Trust me, if you do that, you will get familiar with verbs, and it will be easier for you to use them when you speak and when you write. Okay? My suggestion is that after you do this complete exercise, complete the blank space, and write the negative in the question, you are going to write sentences about yourself with these verbs. Okay? So you finished until number 25. You did the 3 steps. After that, you are going to write sentences about yourself. Okay? So, for example, I taught, you're going to use number 22, for example. You are going to use your own example. I taught my sister to sleep. To sleep. Yeah, sometimes you need to teach people, right? I taught my sister how to read. Okay, so you need to make examples with your own experience. When you do that, you connect your learning process with your emotions, and that will certainly help you to get familiar, to know how to use these verbs well. Okay, so please do that. This is essential not only for your daily life, but also for um, your English tests, of course, right? Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for being here. Let me ask, I want to know, let me see the post before we go. I'm going to give you the password. Okay. Let me give you the password. The password will be the verb. Um, Let me see a verb here that is nice. The verb drove in the past. Of course, the password needs to be a verb in the past, right? So you can write it. The password of the file today is drove. It's in the chat, right? Last class, I told you that I would give a free speaking feedback for people who commented on the post, okay, of last class for those who did the homework. So let me just take a look at here. I remember that Patty did, and also Hannah, and there was someone else. Are you there? If you are there, let me know in the comments, okay? I want to know if you are here so I can send a speaking to you on Instagram. Let me see. Yaraci Barroso, Hannah, and Patty. Are you there? Let me know. Okay? Because the homework was you had to do the homework, make sentences about yourself, comment on the post on Instagram, and then I would give you a free speaking feedback. Are you there? Yaraci? No? Patty and Hannah? Okay, no problem. So my suggestion, everyone, please do this homework the way I told you. Okay, this is a good practice for you, so you can keep improving and making your English better each day. Okay. Thanks, everyone. And next class, it's a vocab class. It will be on Monday at the same time at midday here on YouTube. Right? See you. Have a good day. Bye.